Hey guys, so welcome back. Sorry about no video last week, but of course we were in Seattle for the wedding. We had a great time up there. It was perfect weather and a great wedding. Really good time. Anyway, back home, and now it's time to get serious about, closing on the homestead property. That's supposed to happen in the next few weeks. So I've got to make arrangements to move those, the trailer and the tractor and all that stuff off the property. So that's what we'll work on today. I think I'm going to start with, I got to make a phone call and check out a storage facility for the Airstream upriver, see what the rates are on that. We'd rather put it upriver than where we had it before, which was down at the port, exposed to all that salt air. So anyway, got to do that, and then also I want to make sure that the tractor is going to fit in the garage here. So got to make some measurements there and get rolling. Good morning. I'm calling about your Rogue River storage facility. My name is Ty. I have a 23-foot travel trailer that I'm interested in storing for about 3 or 4 months. Okay, so that's not going to work out the way I thought it would. The tractor is 17 feet long with that backhoe on, and I've got exactly 17 feet from where the door closes to the back of the pantry wall. So I'm not going to be able to park the tractor on this side of the garage like I thought I would. I'm going to rather have to use this side of the garage where I've got an additional 3 feet going that direction, and the tractor will fit fine there. So that means having to park the car outside, which is what we did in the beginning, but it's been nice over the past year to have the car in the garage. So I'll talk to Lisa about that. But we do need more garage storage space for the other items that are still at the homestead property that I need to store, like the rider lawnmower and the cement mixer and other equipment that's still in the workshop there. I'll have the cargo trailer that I can store some things in. Probably could store the rider lawnmower in there actually, as well as other things. But I'm still going to need more space here in the garage. The other option, of course, would be to store the tractor in the same facility where we're going to store the Airstream for a few months. But the tractor is going to be stored for a much longer period of time. Obviously, we're not going to move that down to the hill country and property there, and who knows when that's going to happen. So anyhow, it would be nice to store that in the garage and out of the elements. So I'll talk to Lisa, see what she thinks, and we'll go from there. It just occurred to me that the backhoe swivels left and right, so I may be able to pull that tractor in here and swivel that backhoe to bring it in an additional, possibly up to 2 feet or more. So considering that, it might fit on this side of the garage. So regardless, if Lisa's okay with it not parking the car in here, if it works out that way, I'm going to go ahead and just get this garage cleaned out and prepared to bring that tractor. And hopefully, like I said, we can swivel that backhoe and make it work to fit on this side and still be able to park the car here. So I've got to clean this out and tidy things up in here. Good fun. So it's fire season, and there's some pretty good fires burning in southern Oregon, over in the Rogue Valley, specifically up north of Roseburg, which is about 3 hours from us. but I guess the wind's blowing such that the smoke has made it here to the coast. You can see behind me it's pretty smoky. I've seen it worse, but definitely smell it, and that's no fun. But it is fire season throughout the Pacific Northwest, and unfortunately we get them every summer. So like I said earlier, I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of the things out of the workshop today and bring them back to the house, get this place cleaned out. I've got the chop saw, I've got some motorcycle stuff there, air compressor, gas cans. I want to get this cabinet out of here. So I probably have a good truckload, maybe a couple of truckloads. I've got these ladders as well. Get that back to the house and check this workshop off the list for preparing to close on this property. So if you guys been watching the channel, you know I made the decision that I was going to sell Jeffrey, my motorcycle here. And I did put it on the market on the local Facebook marketplace, but no bites. That was about 2 months ago, and it was on the market for about 3 weeks. And then I just put it away and kind of forgot about it. So I think what I'm going to do is when I haul the trailer back to the house in town, I'll drive the motorcycle down to the local high school, which is right on the main street in town. And on the weekends, you can park stuff for sale out there. So I'll put the bike up for sale on the street and see if I get any bites. I just haven't been that motivated to actually sell it. It's always more than you think it is. Well, that's going to do it for this load anyway. I've got a few more things inside, the ladders. I've got a few things on the camper deck there, but we're pretty well packed up. I've got a few more things to put into the cargo trailer, and then I should be done with the small stuff. Next up is to figure out how I'm going to move the, the tractor and so forth off the property. I got a call back from the storage facility upriver, and they're way too expensive. So I'm not gonna store it up there. I'll probably go back to the port and get hooked up there, even though that's not ideal. The camper's only going to be there for about 4 more months, and then we'll be moving it down to Texas. So should be okay. So guys, we got a call from our realtor last night, and unfortunately the buyers have backed out of the deal. As it turns out, they weren't comfortable with our low flow well system. Our well only draws 2 gallons a minute, And that's considered low flow, which is pretty common out in this particular part of the area, this area where we are. There's lots of low flow wells out there. And that's actually why we engineered the system that we did when we bought the property to include that 2,500 gallon holding tank. So prior to that, the existing home that was there was being fed directly from that well. And 2 gallons a minute is, you know, it's plenty for a family of 4 as far as how much water is being produced from that well, you know, every day. But you know, to have it on demand from that 2-minute flow, you know, it can be a little tricky from time to time. So that's why we engineered using the 2,500 gallon tank, so that the home and the spigots and so forth draw out of that tank, and then when that tank drops to a certain level, it activates the well pump to refill that tank. And so, you know, it can refill at a slower rate because we're drawing out of the tank. Anyhow, they were not comfortable with that. They were from Lake Tahoe area, and perhaps they were used to a well system where, you know, the well was producing a much greater flow. So that's a bummer, but no big deal. I don't have as much urgency on moving the stuff off the property now, obviously, until we find another buyer. But that's the update. What you making, Mama? Focaccia.
I'm going to be making focaccia. This is just the first fold
Of multiple folds, right?
Yep.
Actually, how many times do you fold focaccia?
Just 3.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, not actually. It's less than normal.
Cool. Oh, it's your favorite, isn't it, thing? We got to get these nails clipped. My goodness, look at those things. I wish I had the wherewithal to do it myself. I just can't bring myself to cut those nails. She whimpers and she's a big baby. So I got to take her in. All right, guys. Well, appreciate you watching this week. Sorry about the short video. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button. And subscribe if you haven't yet. We really appreciate that. The channel's growing, and those subscriptions keep us motivated. Anyway, again, thanks for watching. We'll look forward to seeing you next time.